Hi kids, today I'm going to show you how to start your lino cut for your lino print. So the first thing I do with my drawing, I make sure that I trace around the lino to make sure I know exactly what space I have for my composition. I've already done a little drawing and it's not perfectly in the space, but it's okay for my demonstration. I'm then going to just get a basic composition happening so that I can then transfer it onto my lino. To do that, I'm going to get my 6B pencil because it's darker and softer to go over some of those lines in my drawing really clearly, and you can see that they're a lot stronger and darker than my other drawings. This is really important when you go to transfer your drawing onto the lino, so make sure you use your 6B pencil and go over all the lines dark. Okay, so this is my drawing. I've gone over all the major lines. Now I just rip out my page from my book and I want to get it set up properly with my piece of lino. So I know you can't see me at the moment, but I'm just looking. I just put it up to the window so that I can see through it a little bit and get the composition right and get the lino in the right spot. And then all I do is very simple. I just scribble really hard over the back of that paper. So that pressure of the pencil is actually transferring the drawing onto my lino. You can see a little scribble there, and here is the drawing transferred to the lino. It's not very strong, but you can see once you've got the pencil, you can then start going over it with your permanent black texture. And I always make sure I've got a border, about 1 centimetre border around my lino. Now I'm going to start carving. So we've got these boards at school which you all need to use, and you need to make sure, as you can see there, that the lino piece is positioned right in the corner of that board. I'm starting my lino carving with what's called a V cutter, and that is what I really encourage you to use because it's really good for details and it's much easier to get into some of the lines that you want to do. When I start my lino cutting, I always go around the border first, and that's just a really easy way to get yourself into the mode of carving. And so you can just see me going around the border here with my V cutter. Now you can see my fingers are always behind my V cutter. If you get into a tricky situation, don't try and twist your arm and twist your body around too much. Twist a little piece of lino around so that you can get it in the right position. Now I've done my border, so I'm going to go in and do the inside of the major part of my design. And I always start off, don't think of it as just one thing that's too big to do. Have a look at the different sections of your composition and think, oh, this looks manageable, I can do this. And when you're carving, follow the lines of your work. I've done mine really easy, and this is how you're going to do yours. All the black sections, I carve around them, so they are actually staying. All the white sections, or what we call the lino coloured sections, I'm carving out all those sections. So this is where the positive and negative space comes into it. The black, where I've coloured with my permanent black texture, that is going to be a positive space, and where I'm carving, where there's no permanent black texture, that is my negative space. You can see when I'm carving here, I'm not just hacking away at the lino, I'm actually following the form and the shape of the lines, and you can continue following those so that you've got some pattern or structure when you're carving, because the actual carving, how well you do that really determines how beautiful your lino is going to be at the end. So it does take a little while and it does take a bit of patience, but here is my finished lino cut.